Hey, this is Brent with Lykins Motorsports. This is a 363 small block Ford for Mr. Kyle. We are waiting on head gaskets, but for today, we will be getting the timing cover and the oil pan and the harmonic balancer and the water pump and some of the other stuff bolted on. Heads are on here temporarily just so that I don't have to set them on the floor or whatever. Bagged up, they can sit under the bag with the engine. But we're going to get the timing cover on. I've already got our seal driven in, and right now I'm gluing the gasket to the timing cover just so that when this sets up, I can trim around the areas where the gasket sticks out, because the internet Nazis really go off on me when I leave that tab sticking up. So I'm gonna make everybody happy today and wait till this tacks up and sets up, and then just take my X-Acto knife and cut out around it, and then we'll get that timing cover bolted on. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce, you've probably seen these bolts kits from alloybolts.com, bolts spelled with a Z, and I use these for pretty much every engine that I do. They're cheap, they're about 45, 50 bucks. Plus shipping, but they're all stainless. You can get them in a socket head or a standard cap screw type deal. They come with pretty much everything. I've got oil pan over here, and then timing cover, coil bracket, fan, intake manifold, crank pulley, carb studs, valve cover. So it comes with thermostat housing. It comes with pretty much everything that you need. That way you don't have to spend $17 million on an ARP bolt kit, and I generally don't have any issues with these. Sure as the world I said that we'll have problems today, but we'll make do, I'm sure. But we're going to get this gasket trimmed, and then I'll come right back to you. Got our timing cover on. Oil pan's going to go on next. I'm going to take a second and just go over all the fasteners. This is the last time and I'll have a chance to do that, so we'll go over our oil pump bolts, our pickup bolts, cover for our oil pump rod bolts, and everything, just to double check to fulfill that OCD requirement that I have, and then we'll get back to putting the oil pan on. Okay, so for our oil pan, we're going to be using this large, very large Moroso oil pan for a Fox body chassis. It's got a billet rail on it, which is nice. So smooth rail, smooth block. You need to use the gasket with the little ribs on it. So we're going to Okay, our nice big oil pan is on. Do yourself a favor and use the biggest oil pan that you can possibly use for your chassis. The deeper the better. Deeper oil pans cool the oil temperature and also you can pick up some horsepower that way. Keep the windage out of the crank. So now that that's on, I usually wait to put the balancer on until the oil pan is on, so I can see if there's any issues with this end seal that goes on the oil pan gasket. But we'll go ahead and get our balancer on now, and a little bit of lubricant around the snout, and get that pulled on. We got our heads back off so that I can dial in our top dead center. We're going to be using this new timing pointer. No need to be adjustable, as it'll go right there on top dead center. I used a dial indicator on my deck bridge and got top dead center, so we'll just go ahead and bolt this up. All right, so we're using Ford Racing hydraulic roller lifters on this one, and put our dog bones on and get those oriented correctly. Once we get all of these on, then we will take it for a test drive here. Make sure that none of these dog bones move when we roll the engine over. I ran about 650 lift with these lifters, so we are well under that. Got a lifter that's spun. There we go. All right, then we can just roll it over. All our dog bones are staying in place, and our lifters are correctly sized for the block, so we don't see any oil hole exposed or anything like that. So we are in good shape, and now we can put our hold down tray on. Got a new tray, and we'll put some blue Loctite on the bolts and get those cinched down. All right, sneaking up on it. So this is about as far as I can go today without head gaskets. I don't want to start putting all the front end dress on in case I need to do something else. So we'll just stop right here and wait for Cometic to send some head gaskets. But everything's looking good. Crank pulley looks good. So we're just rolling along, waiting on Cometic. Thank you guys for watching. So this wasn't really meant to be a long video, just kind of an update, bolt on a few parts, and but bottom end is buttoned up. On this particular one, I left the cam plug out so I could put the cam in when it came, and put the block on the engine stand before the cam came. So when I primed the pump, got a lot of oil coming out of here and dripped down the crank and everything. Completely forgot about that plug not being there. But we got good oil pressure and good oil flow to our lifters and everything. Didn't see anything funky with any of the lifter function, so we're in good shape there. All right, guys, stay tuned. May have something else for you. I'll see what UPS brings me today, and we'll go from there. But thanks for watching, and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget about those Project Triple J t-shirts. Helps me to fund the project. I just went ahead and bought a set of Scorpion rockers to try, and those were not cheap. So anything that you throw my way is well appreciated. This is all out of pocket. But thank you guys for watching. I'll see you soon. Well, just as an aside, I had the oil pan on, as you saw from just a few seconds ago in the video, and filled it full of oil and primed the pump and let it sit, and came back out to the shop, and it was leaking. So it was leaking on this side, right about right here where the oil pan gasket was. I've had those issues before with the one-piece gaskets, and I remember telling myself that I would never use a one-piece gasket again, and that's the reason why. The few last small block Fords I've done have been kind of an older vintage, and used a cork gasket just for the looks of it. So it's been a while. It's been a while since I've used the one piece. So I'm going to switch. I'm not going to do the one piece gasket anymore. I'm going to do, I think, what I did the last time. I'm going to use this Mylodon nitrile gasket. We're going to use a little bit of silicone, and I like using a bead of silicone for the ends. So especially with this oil pan with the billet ends, it makes for a real good seal, and I don't plan on having any more issues with it. So it's just a pain in the hind end, and you know, I really worry about leaks and that sort of thing, and I had to drain all the oil out. Obviously I'll get to put it back in because I cleaned the pan, but it just takes a lot of my time. So I'm going to use this Mylodon gasket, and we're going to get this oil pan gasket or oil pan back on. I've pretty much cleaned everything out, and we'll get her rolling.